Everyone has experienced it. That sting when someone's casual comment or offhand behavior leaves us rattled or diminished. This is a universal experience that can sour even the best of days. However, here's the twist. While we can't control what others say or do, we can absolutely control our reactions. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism comes into play, teaching us the art of maintaining our tranquility against the odds. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that might just change the way you view your daily interactions. The types of people who can disrupt our peace, and how adopting a Stoic mindset can help us not only cope, but thrive amidst these challenges. So, buckle up and get ready for a journey into understanding as we explore practical Stoic strategies to shield ourselves from the negativity others might bring into our lives. This isn't just about avoiding toxicity, it's about building a fortress of calm around your soul. Let's get started and uncover how to keep your cool and stand firm in your values, no matter who comes your way. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button, and please don't skip any part of the video to ensure you get the full benefit of today's insights. Let's begin. Number 1. The Critic. We all know someone who fits this description. Individuals who seem to have a knack for finding fault in nearly everything around them. Whether it's your work, your choices, or even your successes, they rarely miss an opportunity to point out what could have been better. It seems like they don't have anything positive to say, and this constant negativity can really start to weigh on you, often diminishing how you view your own achievements. Now, this is where Stoicism offers us a valuable perspective. Stoicism teaches us the importance of differentiating between what we can control and what we cannot. The opinions of others, especially critics, fall into the category of things we cannot control. What we can control, however, is our reaction to these opinions. Stoicism urges us not to be swayed by external opinions that do not contribute positively to our growth. Instead, we should maintain our inner harmony and not let such negativity disrupt our peace of mind. It's important to recognize the difference between constructive feedback, which is meant to help us improve, and needless criticism that serves no purpose other than to discourage. Constructive feedback is usually delivered with respect and comes from a place of wanting to see improvements. Endless criticism, on the other hand, often lacks a foundation in genuine concern and can be delivered in a way that is harsh and demoralizing. So how do we deal with the critic in a Stoic way? It begins with understanding that their criticisms say more about them than they do about us. It's about maintaining our composure and choosing not to let their words affect our self-esteem. We can listen because sometimes even the harshest critics might point out something useful, but we do not have to internalize everything they say. We should sift through their words, take what is useful, and discard what is not. By doing this, we practice one of the core tenets of Stoicism, focusing only on what is within our power to change, which is our thoughts and our actions, not other people's opinions. In embracing this approach, not only do we shield ourselves from unnecessary negativity, but we also cultivate a stronger, more resilient character that stands steadfast in the face of any criticism, knowing that our worth is defined by our virtues and our actions, not by the often unfounded criticisms of others. Number 2. The drama magnet. You probably know someone who fits this description perfectly. Drama magnets are those individuals who not only seem to thrive on chaos and conflict, but also have a talent for dragging others into their whirlwind of problems. It's as if their lives are a series of endless crises, each more dramatic than the last. Whenever you're around them, it feels like being in the eye of a storm, constantly dodging emotional debris. This can be incredibly draining, as it saps your energy and diverts your attention from your own priorities and peace. Now let's consider the Stoic approach to handling such individuals. Stoicism, a philosophy with deep roots in practical wisdom, teaches us the value of equanimity, the art of maintaining a calm and balanced mind, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, emphasize the importance of not allowing ourselves to be swept away by the emotional tumults of others. They would advise us to guard our inner tranquility jealously, because once lost, it can be difficult to regain. In dealing with drama magnets, it's crucial to stay calm and detached. This doesn't mean being indifferent or uncaring. Rather, it involves understanding that getting sucked into someone else's drama doesn't help them and certainly harms us. It means recognizing when a situation is not our battle to fight, or when our intervention does nothing but add to the chaos. By maintaining a clear boundary between their turmoil and our peace, we protect our emotional stability, which is far too precious to be jeopardized. But how do you practically keep your calm around a drama magnet? First, it helps to be observant and recognize the patterns in their behavior. If you notice that interactions often lead to heightened emotions or unnecessary conflict, prepare yourself mentally before engaging. Keep interactions brief and focused, and avoid topics that you know are likely to lead to drama. If drawn into a dramatic situation, remind yourself of the Stoic principle that we can control our responses, even if we can't control the situation. Focus on responding with calmness and rationality rather than emotion. Stoicism also teaches us about the power of choice. In every interaction with a drama magnet, you have the choice to engage or step back. Each choice carries its outcomes, so choose the path that leads to peace and not further disturbance. This approach not only helps in dealing with challenging personalities, but also enhances our overall ability to navigate life's unpredictabilities with grace and composure. Number 3, the manipulator. These individuals have mastered the art of bending reality to their will. They twist words and manipulate situations so subtly that you might not even realize what's happening until it's too late. Manipulators are adept at exploiting your kindness, generosity, or empathy for their own gain, often leaving you feeling used, drained, or downright deceived. It's a frustrating experience, realizing that your good nature has been taken advantage of. In the face of such challenges, Stoicism offers us a robust framework for protection and response. Wisdom and self-control are two invaluable tools in identifying and dealing with manipulators. Wisdom, in this context, involves the ability to see situations clearly for what they are, not just what they appear to be. It means developing the discernment to notice when someone's actions don't align with their words, or when their requests seem to serve their interests disproportionately. Self-control is equally critical when dealing with manipulative behavior. Manipulators often rely on eliciting strong emotional reactions to get what they want, whether it's guilt, fear, sympathy, or even love. They play on these emotions to push you into acting against your better judgment. Stoicism advises us to maintain a level head and emotional neutrality, which helps in preventing our buttons from being pushed. By not allowing our emotions to cloud our judgment, we can see the manipulator's intentions more clearly and respond from a place of rationality rather than impulse. Moreover, Stoics emphasize the virtue of justice, which involves treating others fairly and being treated fairly in return. When you recognize manipulation, it's a signal that the relationship is not grounded in fairness or respect. Keeping your distance from manipulators is not just a protective measure, but a stand for justice in your interpersonal relations. It sends a clear message that deceitful tactics are neither effective nor welcome. To effectively keep manipulators at bay, practice assertiveness. Be clear about your boundaries and enforce them consistently. When you communicate your limits with confidence and clarity, you leave little room for a manipulator to exploit. It's also helpful to keep interactions factual and devoid of unnecessary personal information, which manipulators could use as leverage against you. Embracing these Stoic principles doesn't just help you deal with manipulators. It strengthens your character and enhances your relationships by fostering a basis of mutual respect and transparency. By applying wisdom, self-control, and justice, you shield yourself from manipulation and cultivate healthier, more genuine connections. Number 4. The Flake. These are the individuals who are brimming with enthusiasm at the beginning of a project or when making plans. Their energy is infectious, and it's easy to get swept up in their excitement. However, as time goes on, you might notice a pattern. They invariably bail on commitments. Just when you count on them the most, they're nowhere to be found. This can be incredibly frustrating, especially when you've adjusted your schedule or turned down other opportunities to accommodate what you thought were mutual plans. In situations like these, Stoic principles can be particularly enlightening. Stoicism places a high value on personal virtue, one of which is reliability, being true to your word. For Stoics, your word is a reflection of your character. Consistently following through on what you've promised is not just about keeping your commitments, it's about being a person of integrity and trustworthiness. Now, dealing with the flake requires a balanced approach. First, it's important to understand that while everyone can occasionally miss an appointment or change plans due to unforeseen circumstances, a chronic flake often doesn't realize the impact of their unreliability on others. Here, the Stoic practice of empathy and understanding comes into play. Try to understand the reasons behind their behavior. Sometimes it's a matter of overcommitment, poor time management, or even underlying fears of inadequacy that prevent them from following through. However, understanding does not mean enduring repeated disappointments. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. You cannot control another person's actions, but you can control how you react and how you choose to let their actions affect you. If someone consistently fails to meet their commitments, it might be time to adjust your expectations and interactions with them. Set clear boundaries about what you expect and what you will accept. If necessary, limit your reliance on them for critical tasks or important plans. This doesn't mean you need to cut them out of your life entirely, but you can recalibrate the nature of your relationship to protect your peace and time. Embracing a Stoic mindset also involves fostering resilience. When plans fall through because of a flake, practice acceptance rather than frustration. Use these moments as opportunities to adapt and find alternative ways to achieve your goals. This shift in perspective transforms potential setbacks into chances for growth and creativity. In summary, while dealing with unreliable people can be challenging, applying Stoic principles of virtue, understanding, control, and resilience can help you navigate these situations with grace and maintain your equilibrium. It allows you to continue being reliable and true to your commitments while minimizing the negative impact of others' unreliability on your life. Number 5. The negative Nancy or Nick. These are the individuals who always seem to find the dark cloud in every silver lining. No matter the situation, they focus on the negatives, often dragging down the mood and discouraging others from pursuing their goals or enjoying their successes. Their relentless negativity can be exhausting and demotivating, casting a pall over even the most positive of environments. From a Stoic perspective, it's crucial to guard your mental and emotional space against such negativity. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining a positive and rational mindset. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught that we should focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, while accepting what we cannot control, such as the behavior of others. When faced with a negative Nancy or Nick, it's important to recognize that their negativity is a reflection of their internal state and not necessarily the reality of the situation. Their comments and attitudes often stem from their own unresolved issues or a pessimistic worldview. By understanding this, we can detach ourselves emotionally from their negativity and not allow it to affect our own outlook. Another key Stoic practice is the concept of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally preparing for potential challenges and setbacks before they occur. In the context of dealing with a perpetually negative person, this means anticipating their negative responses and preparing yourself to counterbalance them with positivity and rationality. When they point out what could go wrong, you can acknowledge their concerns, but also highlight what could go right. This balanced approach can help you maintain a more optimistic perspective without being unrealistic. Additionally, it's beneficial to limit your exposure to consistently negative individuals. While you might not always have the option to completely avoid them, such as in a work environment or within family, you can choose to reduce the amount of time you spend in their company. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who uplift and inspire you. This creates a buffer of positivity that can counteract the effects of any negativity you might encounter. Stoicism also encourages practicing gratitude as a means of cultivating a positive mindset. Regularly reflecting on the things you are grateful for can help reinforce a sense of contentment and joy, making it easier to withstand and even counteract the negativity of others. By consistently focusing on the positive aspects of your life, you build a mental resilience that shields you from being dragged down by negative influences. In conclusion, while encountering negative individuals is inevitable, adopting Stoic principles can help you navigate these interactions with resilience and positivity. By focusing on what you can control, preparing yourself mentally for challenges, limiting your exposure to negativity, and practicing gratitude, you can maintain your inner peace and continue to foster a positive outlook, regardless of the negativity around you. Number 6, the narcissist. These are the individuals who seem to believe that the world revolves around them. They dominate conversations, demand constant attention and validation, and show little regard for the feelings or needs of others. Their self-centered behavior can be incredibly draining and can leave you feeling undervalued and ignored. From a Stoic standpoint, dealing with narcissists involves practicing both detachment and assertiveness. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining inner tranquility regardless of external circumstances. Narcissists often provoke strong emotional reactions because of their self-absorption and insensitivity. By practicing emotional detachment, you can prevent their behavior from disturbing your peace of mind. Recognize that their actions and attitudes are reflections of their own insecurities and needs, not a measure of your worth or value. Understanding this can help you avoid taking their behavior personally and maintain your emotional equilibrium. Another key Stoic principle is the importance of setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. Narcissists often push boundaries because they are used to getting their way. It's essential to assertively communicate your limits and enforce them consistently. This might involve being clear about how much time and attention you are willing to give, or refusing to engage in conversations or activities that revolve solely around their needs. By standing firm in your boundaries, you protect your own well-being and prevent yourself from being exploited or manipulated. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within your control. You cannot change a narcissist's behavior or make them more empathetic, but you can control how you respond to them. Choose to respond with calmness and rationality rather than getting drawn into their emotional drama. By doing so, you maintain your integrity and composure, even in the face of challenging interactions. Another practical approach is to limit your interactions with narcissists where possible. While complete avoidance might not always be feasible, especially if the narcissist is a family member or colleague, you can choose to spend less time with them and seek out more balanced and reciprocal relationships. Surrounding yourself with people who value and respect you can help counterbalance the negative effects of dealing with a narcissist. In summary, dealing with narcissists from a Stoic perspective involves practicing detachment, setting and enforcing boundaries, focusing on what you can control, and seeking out positive and supportive relationships. By applying these principles, you can navigate interactions with narcissists in a way that protects your peace of mind and fosters your personal well-being. Number 7. The gossip. Gossipers thrive on sharing secrets and rumors, often at the expense of others' reputations. Engaging with them can feel enticing at first, as it taps into our natural curiosity and desire to be in the know. However, over time, it becomes clear that their behavior breeds mistrust and negativity, creating a toxic environment. From a Stoic viewpoint, participating in gossip is seen as a distraction from what truly matters and a detriment to one's character. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on our own actions and judgments, rather than getting caught up in the actions and judgments of others. Gossipers often divert our attention from our own growth and responsibilities, luring us into pointless and often harmful discussions. By consciously choosing to disengage from gossip, we uphold our integrity and redirect our energy towards more constructive and meaningful pursuits. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of treating others with justice and respect. Engaging in gossip undermines these principles by contributing to the spread of potentially false or harmful information about others. A Stoic would advise practicing empathy and considering how we would feel if we were the subjects of such talk. This empathetic perspective helps cultivate compassion and reinforces the commitment to fair and honorable behavior. To practically apply Stoic principles in dealing with gossipers, one effective strategy is to steer conversations towards positive or neutral topics. When someone begins to gossip, you can subtly change the subject to something more uplifting or relevant to shared interests. This not only prevents you from getting involved in gossip, but also sets a positive example for others. Additionally, setting boundaries is crucial. If someone persists in sharing gossip with you, it's perfectly acceptable to express your discomfort and disinterest. A simple, respectful statement such as, "I prefer not to discuss others when they're not here," can effectively communicate your stance. This assertiveness reinforces your values and discourages others from involving you in such conversations in the future. Lastly, reflecting on your own tendencies towards gossip is important. Stoicism encourages self-examination and continuous improvement. By being mindful of our own behavior and making a conscious effort to avoid gossiping, we strengthen our character and contribute to a more positive and respectful environment. In conclusion, gossipers can create a toxic atmosphere, but by applying Stoic principles of integrity, justice, empathy, and self-awareness, we can navigate these situations with grace. By choosing to disengage from gossip and redirect conversations positively, we uphold our values and foster a more respectful and constructive environment for ourselves and those around us. Number 8. The victim. These individuals often view themselves as perpetual victims of circumstance, always finding someone or something to blame for their misfortunes. While it's natural to seek empathy and support during tough times, those who consistently adopt a victim mentality can become emotionally draining. They may resist taking responsibility for their actions and expect others to constantly provide reassurance and assistance. From a Stoic perspective, Embracing a victim mentality is counterproductive to personal growth and resilience. Stoicism teaches us the importance of recognizing what we can control and what we cannot. By focusing on our own actions and responses, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with strength and composure. When dealing with someone who consistently sees themselves as a victim, it's essential to maintain a balanced approach that combines empathy with encouragement towards self-empowerment. Offering empathy is important because it acknowledges their feelings and experiences. However, it's equally important to gently guide them towards taking responsibility for their own lives. Encouraging a shift in perspective can be helpful. Instead of reinforcing their victim narrative, highlight their strengths and potential solutions to their problems. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief in the power of our own agency and the ability to influence our destiny through our choices and actions. Setting boundaries is also crucial when dealing with perpetual victims. While offering support and understanding is important, it's equally vital to protect your own emotional well-being. If their constant negativity and need for reassurance become overwhelming, it's okay to step back and limit your interactions. This doesn't mean abandoning them, but rather ensuring that you maintain your own balance and mental health. Another Stoic practice that can be beneficial in these situations is the principle of sympathia, or the interconnectedness of all humans. By recognizing that we are all part of a larger community, we can approach others with compassion while also understanding that we cannot solve their problems for them. Each person must take responsibility for their own journey. In summary, while dealing with individuals who adopt a victim mentality can be challenging, applying Stoic principles of empathy, personal responsibility, and boundary setting can help manage these interactions effectively. By offering support without enabling their victim narrative and encouraging a shift towards self-empowerment, we can foster healthier and more balanced relationships. Additionally, protecting our own emotional well-being ensures that we remain strong and resilient in the face of such challenges. Number 9. The overly critical. These individuals are quick to point out flaws and mistakes in others, often without offering constructive feedback or considering the impact of their words. Their constant criticism can be demoralizing and can erode self-esteem and confidence. From a Stoic perspective, dealing with overly critical individuals involves practicing both resilience and discernment. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining our inner tranquility regardless of external circumstances. Overly critical people can provoke strong emotional reactions, such as defensiveness or hurt. By practicing emotional resilience, we can prevent their criticism from disturbing our peace of mind. Recognize that their critical behavior often stems from their own insecurities or a negative mindset. Understanding this can help us detach emotionally from their words and avoid taking their criticism personally. Another key Stoic principle is the importance of focusing on what we can control. We cannot control how others behave or what they say, but we can control our own responses. When faced with criticism, instead of reacting defensively, we can choose to respond calmly and rationally. If the criticism is valid, we can use it as an opportunity for growth and improvement. If it is unjustified or harsh, we can choose to let it go and not let it affect our self-worth. Additionally, practicing discernment is crucial when dealing with overly critical individuals. Not all criticism is valuable or constructive. Learning to distinguish between helpful feedback and unproductive criticism allows us to focus on what is truly important for our growth. We can choose to take in constructive feedback and disregard the rest. Setting boundaries is also important in these interactions. If someone is consistently overly critical and their behavior becomes harmful, it's okay to limit your exposure to them. This doesn't mean cutting them out of your life completely, but rather protecting your own mental and emotional well-being by reducing the time and energy you invest in such relationships. In conclusion, dealing with overly critical individuals from a Stoic perspective involves practicing resilience, focusing on what we can control, discerning valuable feedback from unproductive criticism, and setting healthy boundaries. By applying these principles, we can navigate these interactions in a way that protects our inner peace and fosters our personal growth. Thank you for joining us. If today's discussion was enlightening for you, take a look at one of the suggested videos on your screen to further explore how Stoicism can change your life. We appreciate your participation in this community. Your presence and engagement truly make a difference. Keep striving, keep learning, and let's continue this journey together.